Running out of space again. Ah! Alright. Sheep. Your name is Sheep. Hello there. I take it you've spoken with Brooke Evu. Willing to lend a hand? I'm truly grateful. Then allow me to introduce myself. I am Sheep, and I have traveled far from my village in the forest of Vtuber in search of a brave soul to help us retrieve our stolen treasure. For generations, have my people watched over the Dreamweave cocoon, the vessel in which the power of the swallowtail Toriel Vidral was sealed. For its ascension, the swallowtail warded off would-be predators by assuming the form of more threatening butterflies, poisonous ones and the likes, through its skill at mimicry. So it survived day after day, summer after summer, until the dawn of its great new existence. It became capable of taking on the form of any creature which crossed its path. Its fearsome power was sealed within the cocoon, and any who possessed it commanded the selfsame abilities. Indeed, the wielder, too, may assume the form of any manner of beast or man they've beheld. Yet this mimicry is not limited to mere physical forms. No, the wielder may replicate talents and abilities. I'm gonna have to fight myself. I'm gonna have to stab myself. Fun. So long as the actions fall within their kin, that is. In an instant, they may become a master of the hunt, a twin-blade wielding viper, or a savage brax with claws and fangs to gut whomever they please. It is this power which has protected my village from predators in the forest. For though it grants many boons, the forest contains threats in equal measure. By donning of the skills of the most formidable beasts, we've kept ourselves safe for generations. Without the cocoon, my village's very survival is at risk. But that's why we have our foremost hunter, Toka. Toka shit. Sorry, I'm going away now. To ensure it's reclaimed. I don't know why my mind went there. She has never failed to capture her quarry, though I think she'd make short work of this ordeal. Yet there's been no word from her. I fear this may be a hunt she cannot undertake alone. It's for that reason I wish to enlist the aid of one familiar with the lay of the land beyond the Great Sea, and one whose prowess in close quarters would complement her expertise with the bow. One of the villagers ran into the thief before he fled. Said he intended to use the cocoon's power in Kagane, which I understand is the name of a large settlement located far, far to the east. Please, for the sake of my home, set out to this eastern habitation and assist Itoka in retrieving the cocoon. Leave it to me. Your willingness to aid is most assuring. You have my heartfelt thanks. Upon arriving in the eastern land, search for a woman carrying a bow and similarly dressed attire myself. If you visit a tavern like this one, I dare say you'll find someone who has seen her. We're going to the hostry. We're in search of a hoe. Oh, there's Shitstan. Welcome to the Shiko Hosiery. How may I help you? We're making a lot of poo jokes, aren't we? You're searching for someone? As a matter of fact, I do distinctly remember seeing a rare woman of that description earlier, but I'm afraid I could not tell you where she may be now. Babuku. That's from Toriel, is it? Sorry, can't help you. That reminds me, though. I heard Toriel has its own variety of spirits called Mizcal. I need to taste it myself for an age now, but you've no idea how hard it is to get one's hands on the bottle there. Here. Why don't I ask as you know, the proprietor of this, rather than going around everywhere else besides that point? Ayataka. A very woman bearing a bow? Why, yes, I do recall such a person. It was hard not to notice her, really, given how she was peering at everything. She came from the distant lands to the west, no doubt. Kakane is quite an unusual sight for her. With any luck, she'll still be where I saw her, in the vicinity of the barracks. The city is simply too large for me to cover alone. Perhaps it's time I returned home. I've come to aid your search, Itoka. Itoka. Oh, is that right? I'm grateful, but why? I see. Sheep was always a worrywart. I won't deny I appreciate the help, though. Ascertaining the whereabouts of the cocoon has not been an easy task. I managed to secure a room and board and lodging after arriving in Kakane, and I've been using it as a base to track down the thief ever since. I'll tell you all I know. According to eyewitness from my village, the thief was a middle-aged, human male. That's all we have to go in regard of his appearance. Yet, so long as he possesses the cocoon, he can be anyone and anything. Hey, Rose! An elderly woman traipsing around the street, the child throwing a ball, mayhap even the dog chasing after it. Truth be told, I was nigh at wit's end trying to find him. That is, until I discovered the series of unusual squabbles that have been occurring around the city. Man, Rose Warrior is amazing. Always trying to keep me hydrated and stuff. After investigating these incidents, I found one commonality. The instigator with each case invariably has no recollection of the incident, let alone inciting it. Rose Warrior is the coolest Rose, though. Rose that is a warrior. What's more, eerie accounts have begun circulating among the residents. Some folk claim they've somehow been seen at 2 places at once. Based on all this, I believe the thief's been using the Dreamweave cocoon to transform into innocence and spread discord throughout the city. Stand to reason we find him by following the trail of chaos left in his wake, no? Yet, even should we apprehend him, in whatever form he's hidden himself within, there's no stopping him from feigning ignorance. Besides the secret remedy, of course. The recipe for an elixir which can forcibly remove the cocoon's enhancement has been passed down in my village for emergencies like this. Made sure to prepare a few vials before making the voyage here. You simply throw the solution at the suspect, and the cocoon's weave of mimicry will unfurl on the spot. That covers everything. So what do you say that see if there's any trouble afoot? The thief will doubtless be not far behind it. Let me know when you're ready and we'll catch him together. Ready to set off? Perfect. I say we begin our search in the markets. I recall a greater number of people gathering in Ratsuka district, I believe it was called. Yeah. Talk about cities. To think all this was wrought by mortal hands. Remarkable. My people have ever lived in harmony with nature, but that doesn't mean we condemn the ways of those who choose otherwise. In fact, in the brief time I've been exposed to settlements like this, I've come to see places of their merits too. One second, y'all. Sorry, Mom was talking. Ba 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 ba. Look, you thieving horse son, I told you this isn't enough. But sir, that cannot be right. I'm sure I gave you your change in full. Yeah, hand over, I'll take it by horse. Let's keep watching. That isn't obvious. Nobody gets so worked up over a handful of coins unless they're looking for trouble. Sweetie, yes. Yes, they can. Reveal yourself, villain. What in the blazes do you think you're doing? Oh, I'm sorry, very, very sorry. Oh dear. 1,000 apologies. I gravely miscalculated your change. I'll return what you're owed immediately. I beg your forgiveness. I apologize for the disturbance. How dreadfully embarrassing. I mean, how much more of those vials do you have? Well, a hunter doesn't quit after a single arrow misses its mark. Best not dwell on what's done. Instead, focus on our next course of action. Let's see how things fare in Kagane Dori. I wonder if she says the same thing over here. Yep, it is. Look at the sea. Hardly believe how possibly vast it is. My jaw dropped when I first saw it. I could hardly fathom where the horizon ended and the sea began. Or arriving in Tulio, I imagined the sea merely a larger, saltier body of water than the lake back home. When we would race from shore to shore. To attempt the same here, I fear would have fatal results. Definitely. I'll cut down you where you stand, you lecherous lummox! What's going on here? The big bulk launder allegedly laid his hands on the grizzled fellow's woman, afraid it might come to blows. Calm yourself, man. I have not done what she's claimed. You dare add insult to injury by calling her a liar? Ignore him. I told you. That pig defiled me. Cut him down this instant. There's no truth in her words. Wherefore does that she spout such rubbish? Give me strength and cut down the bloody brute down already. Yes, not less than your head shall serve as penance for your crimes. Really? Very well. Let my blade prove my innocence. It's her, right? Was that really necessary? Yes, actually it was. No matter, I was growing weary of this pretty farce. It's time I moved on to bigger and better things. Oh, no, you don't. No, for a hunter, you need to move faster than that. Damn. Shoot him! Well, damn. Realization. Yeah, I was gonna say realization now. Man, all these are jokey jokes. I still like them, but how odd. My boy was more out of tune than I realized. One job. One job! One job. Sweetheart! Is it really you? Think to call me, you're safe. I found her lying unconscious in a nearby alleyway. She could only vaguely recall being attacked from behind. Kinky. Before losing consciousness. Not good. So the villain knocked her out before assuming her visage and employed to deceive her husband. I fell for the deception like a complete and utter fool. I do not even know how to begin to make amends. There are no amends to be made. You simply acted as any husband would. Due to your involvement, this matter was resolved without bloodshed. The Gumi thanks you. It is regrettable, however, that the villain managed to escape. A criminal who can change their shape at will is exceedingly dangerous. Oh, really? No, the Gumi will be alert the populace to this menace and will remain vigilant for any suspicious activity in the city. Let's return to my lodgings. I'd like to go over where we stand with our elusive quarry. Rihanna! I mean, Rana, you're here? Oh, Ishnai, aren't you a sight for sore eyes in these flung lands? I trust you're still dancing up a storm these days. Ciarfox, you're of late. These are dark times, but the show goes on, so continue to take the stage and dance. Of course, I worry for my homeland at Rasat Han, yet the people of Kagane too require succor. My dance can keep the spirits high among all the uncertainty, and I've done my duty as dancer. Besides, rumor around town has been something of a regular in Thanavar of late. So it was true. Thank you, Ishnai. Knowing that, I'll continue to do what I can for those around me, taking comfort in knowing that my home is in good hands. Curious why a dancer's what I am, and what you are, for that matter. Oh, but perhaps you wish to review the history of our art. Very well, then. Dates back the rose at hand. Okay, we've covered this. We've covered this. We've covered this! We've covered this! We've covered this! Bye. As predicted, the thief is using the cocoon's power of mimicry to incite conflict around the city. What he hopes to accomplish by doing so, however, is still unclear. He wants to cause chaos! All of them seem to do that. And so long as he has this power, our soul means attracting him and remains a havoc left in his wake. A trying trail for any hunter. But I'm heartened to have a warrior like you beside me as I tread it. We'll catch him together, and when we do, we'll met out just as he deserves, Ishnai. Good to see you, Ishnai. For better or for worse, I haven't heard any unusual incidents in Kagane since our last altercation with the thief. There had been a reason for that. Do you remember when he claimed he was moving on to bigger and better things? If we're to catch him, he may expand our scope beyond Kagane. But he traveled all the way from Toriel to this eastern land for a reason. I can't imagine he'd go too far. Think there are any settlements nearby? The Ruby Sea is dotted with settlements. People live out in those waters? But they're so vast! Where would we even begin? Ah, so the have an outpost at Ruby Price. That sounds like a perfect place to start. Let's make our way there and avail ourselves of the soldiers' intel. If anything is out of the ordinary has occurred, no doubt they'll be aware of it, shall we? I really think we should go warn Hien and the others. I love that my Dragoon is higher items amount than a Red Mage. I need to switch that up. Hi, stranger! Well, this is unexpected. What brings you to Ruby Price? Disputes? Strange you should ask. Not even a moon ago, the waters of the Ruby Sea were poised to turn a sanguinary shade. And bloody? A Confederate skiff approached the Ruby Price without authorization. An occupant began hurling insult after insult in an obvious attempt to provoke us. We did not succumb to their provocations, however. After warning the vessel we'd fire if they drew a elm closer, they withdrew without a word. However, should they attempt to provoke us again, we will not display the same level of measured restraint, and the roar of our cannon shall signal their comrades to rally in full force. The waters will flow red. Of that, there's no doubt. I mean, will you show more restraint now that you know that it's not? And we tell you about the whole thing? Tensions run high, not like this has ever occurred. Tell him! Tell him! Tell him! I speak quietly? Based on the testimony just now, I gather the agreement in these waters that the Confederates are not allowed to draw near the Ruby Prize, guarded it is by the Bakufufufu centuries, yes? If that's the case, and as the soldier stated, I can only conclude that the vessel earlier was attempting to incite a dispute between the two factions. Which fits the modus operandi of our quarry, wouldn't you say? Perhaps it was he who sailed here under the banner of the Confederates. Whatever the case may be, we had nothing but conjecture. He saw evidence to alert the soldiers here of this threat. I don't see why the point is why we can't warn them ahead of time as it is. And not heed our warnings otherwise. I mean, if all the shit of me saving the world and all this other stuff, I would think that a living hero like myself, known through these parts. Firstly, we need to verify if any of the members of the Confederacy actually approached the Ruby Prize. Do you know where their base of operations can be found? Ciarfox is the fastest first to swim there. I'm gonna fucking fly. Or my character's gonna swim. Oh, I'm over here already. Bitchin'. What? Absolutely not! Not one of my Confederate brothers and sisters would approach the Ruby Prize without authorization. Those cowardly dogs must have concocted this racist rumor to get a rise out of us. Any of your comrades sailed the Ruby Prize recently? The rumors at the Ruby Prize said that, did they? Huh, pardon my language, but that's a load of shite. We have no interest in Hagane waters. If anything, I've seen their skiss and crowfinching on our territory of late. Yes, me, they're the ones thirsty for blood. There you are, Ishnai. Listen to what this person has to say. The situation is more grave than we thought. Thankfully you came, and not a moment too soon. Captain Russo hasn't been acting himself, you see. Normally where he goes, too soon he goes, but not today. Should have early revised Lonesome and ordered us to gather as many heads to join him on the Isle of Becco to attend some pressing business. I only obliged with the captain without hesitation. So I asked him what matter this is. He said we're gonna set the Ruby Prize ablaze. Bloody Ruby Prize! Tried to sink some sense in him, but he won't mind him listen. Locked off saying there's no need of craven bastards like me. Look, I don't know what's gotten into the captain, but it can't be anything good. Please go to the Isle of Becco and stop him. Get the comrades before it's too late. That Rasho's acting strangely can't be a coincidence. Need to get that to the island quickly. Do you know the way? I definitely know the way. Will you take me there, or will I have to teleport there? Got it. We've not a moment to waste. I have to teleport there. Oh, no. I had to fly over there. Not too far. Hear voices. Seems like they're gathering up ahead. Those scum think they're gonna encroach on our territory and get away with it? I'll be damned if we let them. Tonight we lay siege to the Ruby Price and seize it for ourselves. But are you sure if we do this, we won't be just starting a battle? We'll be starting a war! You've been acting strange, Captain. What's gotten into you? Silence! I didn't ask for your bloody opinion. Those lying dogs claimed it was us breaching the agreement. I say we give those bastards what they deserve. Please, no. You're not welcome here. Be gone if you value your lives. Oh, sweetie. You're not Russia. You saw through my disguise once again. Don't tell me you even count as a pirate captain among your acquaintances. Oh, don't get me started. What are you trying to accomplish? Why incite conflict wherever you go? Because he thrives on it. He gets off on it. He can't get hard or orgasm without it. Oh, sorry. What? Sorry to disappoint, but contrary to the passage of Unbound's prattling about freeing the world from tyranny of government, I have no grand design. I wish merely for everyone to show their true faces. Folk love to put on airs of sophistication and virtue. Push them towards the edge, and their masks slip to reveal the monsters underneath. See? You can only get off if it's other people mad. They'll go for their neighbor's jugular to save their own skin. You've seen it for yourself. Quite the spectacle. I seem to be dead set on killing that poor fish. Damn it, the winds are too strong. Sure about that? I thought they sent their best archer. The man of 1,000 faces is a true menace indeed. We'll return to Koro forthwith to elect a captain. Rest assured the Confederacy will keep a close watch over the Ruby Sea. I didn't think for a moment he was an imposter, and the lies he spouted about Bafuga soldiers were enough to make my blood boil. Think what would have happened if you'd not been here to stop us. Kami bless you. All I want to do is expose people's so-called true faces. That he could use the cocoon for such a petty cause is unthinkable. Let us return to Kagane for the time being. Each one of them, I guess, to put it, is for the, these, role quests are all, deadly sins kind of things. This is Wrath, I guess. The one for the answer was Pride. Damn it all, I can't believe a bastard like that. Forgive me. I find myself more disgusted with that villain each time we see him. I think all of this is driven by a small-minded spite. From what I can gauge, he didn't fly towards Kagane during his escape. I believe he seeks a new settlement to terrorize. The Confederacy and I are acquainted. I'll see if they can't help me sniff out his ruse. No doubt where there's smoke, they're stoking the fire. I suppose I'll use this period to tend to my bow. Next time that arrow will fly true. X to doubt, since it's only 92. Wonderful, you're here! Ever since the incident in the Ruby Sea, I've kept a line of communication with the Confederacy. And they just reported something you'll be interested to hear. Apparently a man impersonating the distinguished Lord of Doma was recently exposed. One of the Lord's retainers saw through the pretender's facade when he was attempting to stir up trouble in the Doman Enclave. The imposter then reportedly transformed into a hawk and fled. Clearly our quarry now nests in Doma. I'd like to resume our hunt immediately. I'm not sure where we may go after his failure at the Enclave. Do any locations come to mind? The rice field area? Nami, yeah. So that's what I'm seeing. The extent of your knowledge is truly remarkable, Ishnai. And without further ado, let's make our way there and see if the residents notice any unusual activity. I hope it's not doesn't deal with the poor boy and his sister. I also think that word should have spread. Let me see what she has to say. People of this village live hand in hand with nature. It reminds me of home. Well, they don't have much either. Trouble not that I can think of. For a blessing, it's all been peaceful. Have there been any quarrels of late? Why, yes, actually. Just the other day, two of us were at each other's throats over a persimmon. She only supposed to eat half, but she wouldn't gobble the whole thing. In the end, she purchased this one by way of apologies. So I let bygones be bygones. So it's that? This isn't the sort of quarrel you're speaking of? By Kami's grace, our quaint village has not seen strife since the Imperials were added. There has been news, however, of a man impersonating Lord Hien. Oh my god! They tried to... Hien? Ha! I guess the retainer was, what's her name? I'm told that when Lord Hien voiced intentions of evading, all present grew weary of the individual. None more so than Lady Yagiri, who saw through the farce immediately. After he was exposed, the villains fled the scene with haste. Unfortunately, efforts to find him have borne no fruit. None of the residents I spoke with reported anything out of the ordinary. How did you fare? It seems the villain is not here. Where might they have gone? And then we hear shouting in the distance. Huh? What are you doing here? Oh, hi, Fred. That doesn't have a name, considerate farmer? A friend of yours? Yes. Don't hang your head like we're strangers. We met moments ago. Remember? You asked me how to reach the House of the Fierce? Good grief, lass. You're lost, aren't you? Can't understand your embarrassment, but let me tell you the way again. Listen closely now. Follow the descending path leading north out of the village and you see a small pond. Then simply drive in and swim. The House of the Fierce will be on the other side. Could he be impersonating you this time? That doesn't bode well. We must hurry. Much obliged, sir. Well, I guess I have to kick my own ass. You know, the one who keeps me down the most is myself. Thank you for ruining my life, myself. Ruining everything I've ever loved. Self. Me. How dare me? Just how far must we swim to reach this place? I dare say my days spent in lakes back home are about to come in handy. My friends! It's come to my attention that the Khan of Azim Steppes, the mighty Orandir tribe, conspires in the shadows to invade Doma. We must not give them the chance. Invasion would mean all-out war. There's only one solution. Under cover darkness, you must assassinate the Khan. Only with his death can crisis be averted. They grow weary. Perhaps I should observe my targets more carefully. With all due respect, these allegations must be brought before Lord Tahian. It's imperative we receive his instructions before acting. That would be playing right into the Orandir's hands. After all, an imposter disguised as Lord Tahian is what recently exposed. An Orion spy, that can be no question. Yet the spy has fled and their whereabouts unknown. They could be anyone, anywhere, weaving new schemes as we speak. Decisive actions must be taken. That's why I came to you. So the impersonation of Lord Hien was but a part of Orandir's grand scheme? But why would those who fought alongside us for Doma's liberation conspire to invade? Forgive me, but you do not seem yourself, Ishnai. Something isn't right. Because I am desperate! A shadow looms over Doma, and with your help we'll cast away this dark pal. Please leave me your strength. Our honored friend Ishnai risked life and limb to see Doma free. Yet you address her with suspicious and doubt? If she says we must act first to prevent greater bloodshed, then we must act. It's true that she has never led us astray. Brothers and sisters, let's join hands with Ishnai once more to drive back this rising shadow over Doma. You know, for ninjas, you aren't paying that much attention. What is the meaning of this? It's that infernal Orandir spy. Quick, kill her before she can escape. You sound nothing like me. Your charade ends here. It's you! Yeah, ninjas. Such persistent vermin. Why are you letting him stand? He stands there for a few seconds. You could have notched your bows and everything. You're not getting away this time. Yes, you are. We're stalking him. The problem appears to be your aim, not the bow. Ha! Pathetic! You're not like that other girl. What's her name? Ah, yes. Ikola. She was fearsome, that one, right up until the moment I drove my blade into her back. What's this? Don't tell me you've been masquerading around as Tola herself. After all, that would make you no better than me? Hiding behind the name of another won't erase the blame you bear for everything that happened. Well, that answers that. I'm sorry. I swear I'll explain everything to you later. For now, we should apprise these men and women of the situation. To think he can transform into anyone, a truly fearsome ability. I shall alert Lord Hien to the start immediately. Rest assured that all of Doma will be on alert. I was completely fooled. I have no words to express my shame. Upon seeing you again, I realized that though the imposter assumed your guise, he had neither your spirit nor your grace. I'm not that graceful. Forgive me, I will not fail for such farce again. Can I see Yagiri again, please? Might I have a word? The man impersonating you earlier. I recognize his face anywhere. Without a doubt, it's Sammy Dare, a childhood friend. You know him? Please tell me everything. You must tell us everything. I've known Sammy nearly my entire life. We learned the shinobi arts together, you see. Roughly 25 years ago, we engaged in our first battle as proud ninja, defending Doma against the Empire's invasion. With every fiber of our body, we met their mighty Magitech with nimble ninjutsu. As if moved by our resolve, the mighty Aspis and guardian of Doma, Gamamo Gozen, appeared on the battlefield to aid us of our cause. We're going to be doing the Hell's Kitchen stuff later. Not tonight, but that's the next plan of stuff. Alongside of doing, the next role quest. Yet our efforts were for naught. The Empire's might fell upon Doma like a hammer, and we were crushed beneath their overwhelming force. The occupation began soon thereafter, and so too did my work from the shadows. While I devoted myself to resisting the Empire in secret, Sammy was conscripted into their army and forced to become an Imperial spy. I understand you served them well, fanning the flames of war in faraway lands, through rumor and manipulation. Indeed, as far back as I can recall, Sammy has ever exceeded in this skill of subterfuge. It was only after the prisoner exchange he returned to Doma at long last, but he was a changed man. He found no joy or solace in the peace he had once fought to secure for our nation. Instead, he sought to disrupt it. The war has taught me the truth of this world. Civility is but a facade to hide man's savagery. I'll prove it here in dear Doma. Fool I am, thought he was jesting. Only later I discovered the web of lies he spun to turn folks against one another. Then I realized he meant every word. I tried to confront him, but he fled Doma before I had the chance. Nevertheless, I searched his home afterwards, and discovered a missive from an organization called the Passage of the Unbound, and have it here with me. Oh, good luck! Good. Dear illustrious Sammy, we have or Sam, I'm just going Sam. We extend our deepest gratitude for your interest in joining the Passage of the Unbound. With each passing day, our secret order draws closer to its goals, and we shall require exceptional talent for what lies ahead. Bearing these needs in mind, we have decided to welcome you into the fold. To celebrate the start of an auspicious future together, we invite you to meet your colleagues in Tallulah, and enclosed is your ticket within. Exceptional talent? Exceptional ego is more like it. This Passage of the Unbound kept watchful eye on nations far and wide to recruit cutthroats like Sam, who can only follow their own desires. Upon his arrival in Toril, Sam's ambitions guided him to my home, where he stole the Dreamweave cocoon and set out to use it for his own twisted ends. I'm afraid it appears to be the way of it. In all likelihood, the Passage of the Unbound which alerted him to this Dreamweave cocoon's existence. Today, Sam attempted to incite war between Doma and Azim Steppe by wearing the face of our dearest ally, you. Your timely appearance prevented the worst from happening, but so long as he can alter his form and face at will, who can say what tomorrow may bring? His years as a secret operative have made him a master at reading people. Should he decide to study his target before taking their form, I fear his schemes may not be discovered until it's too late. Please be careful, and may the Kami bless and keep you. Well, I can't always keep my form if I keep changing every hour. How does that sound? Attempting to find Sam would be an fruitless effort. He could be any bird in the sky or any beast roaming the wilds. Let us return to Kagane, and I will reveal everything to you. I promise. I suddenly need to use the restroom. I will be right back. I'm back. Oi. Up, up, up. Back up here. If you hear something in the background, he's playing with this toy. And it has a bell on it, of course. Anubis is. I'm grateful for your help today. Once again, I let our play slip away. The only silver lining is that we know who he is now. More importantly, I apologize for deceiving you. As Sam said, I'm not the greatest hunter of my home. I'm not Toka. I am Ki. Hail for the same village. And I am too a hunter, but only in name. You've seen my aim for yourself. Yet most shameful as all is my fault that the Dreamweaver cocoon was stolen. It seems to be all of it. Reason why. Normally it's enshrined deep within the recesses of our home. Only Toka had leave to wield it. The forest provides shelter and sustenance to many. Not all we share its bounty with our friendly. When the great beasts threaten our home, the cocoon's power may be used to protect our lives. Yet I used it for my own foolish desires. Couldn't take it anymore. I was a hunter, yet I could barely catch prey large enough to feed myself. I was forced to wash clothes, prepare meals, and tune bows. Just once I wanted to be acknowledged. I wanted to feel pride, so I used the cocoon's power to transform myself into Iktoa. With her dexterity and finesse, I finally caught prey befitting a true hunter. As I carried my prize home, he appeared. I found him collapsed in the middle of the beaten path. I never had reason to mistrust someone before, so I approached the nurse's ruins. Yet the moment I drew close, he knocked the cocoon from my grasp and struck me unconscious. He was long gone by the time I awoke. I confessed my sins to the village elder, and her boundless grace she forgave me. I could not forgive myself. I left home on the very eve in secret to pursue the thief, all the way to Kagane. After several days of fruitlessly scouring the city, who should I see but Toka, as our most exceptional hunter? It came as no surprise the elder had charged her with recovering the cocoon. She was astonished to see me, of course. I had not told anyone of my actions, and I feared she would send me home. But when I expressed to her my shame, my anger, she consoled me and told me we would find the cocoon together. And I was certain we would, until that day that duplicitous bastard killed her. You appeared soon after her passing. I thought it was someone just as strong as you by my side. maybe, just maybe, I could avenge her. So, I lied. Like Sam said, I'm no better than he is. I'm an imposter, but my desire to reclaim a cocoon has ever been as strong as Toka's was. I'm so sorry for lying to you, Ishnai. I hope that you can find it in your heart to forgive me and continue to aid me in reclaiming the Dreamweave cocoon. I had my suspicions, but I also had faith in you, and it's been rewarded. Thank you for the follow, Pure Rarity. I appreciate, hon. Thank you. I know with you by my side, I can keep my promise to Iktoka. For now, I will remain vigilant for any news regarding the conflict in this region. Please do pay me a visit when you find a moment to spare. I'm counting on you. Well, it'll literally be a moment after this that I'll have a moment to spare to say hi to you. That's how that works, right? Yes, I am so relieved to see you. I thought you might resent me for lying to you, that you might refuse to lend me your help again. I'd certainly be hard-pressed to reclaim the cocoon alone in this foreign land. I truly meant what I said before. I'm counting on you. Though I'm ashamed to admit it, when I first arrived here, I was nearly swindled out of an heirloom by a talking catfish. I've been scouring the city for a shop to pawn my choker so I could secure room and board, you see, when the catfish approached me, claiming he'd buy my necklace for a fair price. It offered me a handful of golds that glitter like gold. I was about to accept the offer when Iktoka appeared. In mere moments, she had discerned the catfish's currency was counterfeit and ended the transaction then and there. She dragged me to the markets afterwards and pawned her own necklace to secure lodging for the both of us. From the moment she arrived, Iktoka took care of everything. What I'm trying to say is, I can't do anything on my own. I'm reckless and impulsive, and I'm just really glad to have you by my side. It's been some time, my friends. Sorry, forgive my sudden visit, but I come bearing urgent tidings. We spoke with you at the House of the Fierce. What brings you all this way? I was able to make contact with Sam. I told him I was willing to make amends and join my oldest friends in exposing the lies in people's hearts. He responded most eagerly and bade me meet him in secret. Wait, really? Did he say where? Aye, Hell's Lid. I had mind to play an ambush for him, but not knowing the extent of the power he wields, I thought it best to seek help. Alright, Haru, hope you sleep well! We're still having the... Well, I shouldn't press you on stream about that. Cannot apprehend Sammy without him. I mean, I'll never get a chance to catch him unaware like this. No time to lose. Wait, forgive me for speaking plain, Huntress, but I fear we'll only be in hindrance to Ishnai when the fighting begins. Let's go to Hell's Lid by skiff and meet her after the villain is subdued. Are we... I think the seasoned ninja here is actually being, you know... Oh, I take your point. You're right. Without us there to distract her, Ishnai could focus wholeheartedly on the battle. Sorry, would you mind going it alone? We'll be there as soon as we can. I don't trust him! know why we're so easily... I mean, just throw the potion on him. They wouldn't take offense if we want to make sure and just throw the potion on him. If he understands what's at stake. Aw, cute. And then my friend never arrived. Hey, are you alright? Came as soon as Oh, the battle's over? Where's Sam? I was ambushed by a group of red Kojin. What? So this was a trap? Wait, over there. Cute. Thank goodness I made it! Hump, after all that time I spent in that old Kojin's shell, convincing his underlings to attack you. My blade was mere ilms from the skin of your back, alas. Meticulous plan gone to waste. It seems I've underestimated your strength. And the failed huntress's tenacity. I dare say I'm outmatched. And no common beast might I mimic can stand against you. I must contemplate your death with more care, more rigor. Look forward to our next meeting. You know, I'm quite sure, being a dragoon, I could fucking jump up there and stab him back to the ground. Forgive me, I need to catch my breath. Sam's friend was the villain himself. As soon as the skiff made it to the open sea, he threw me overboard. I damn near had to swim like a fish to make it in here. He made me into a fool again. He waylaid me before using a similar ruse. By the time I figured out what, Itoka was already... I always wondered how a craven like Sam was able to kill her, our greatest hunter, and now I know. When Itoka felt the blade in her back and turned to see the face of her killer, she saw me. I'm glad I was able to prevent history from repeating itself. I don't want to lose you, too. Ahem, we should return to Kagane. Sam may have planted more than one trap for us here. I'm quite sure my character would have been able to sense the stabbing before the stabbing happened. You didn't need to run in there, but fine. Fine. Only defeated in a cutscene levels. Not like against Xenos. Alright, Key. Kiyuki. I feared the worst when I rushed to reach you. The moment Sam was in sight, I charged without thinking. Which in retrospect was probably for the best. Had I tried to shoot him with an arrow from afar, I might have missed, or worse yet, hit you instead. In any case, I'm relieved you're safe. I promise to be more wary from now on, particularly of familiar faces. Hardly needs saying, but to remember to keep your guard up as well. For now, I'll resume my efforts to gather information about Sam's whereabouts. You'll be the first to know once I have a lead. Seems to be on edge. Well, I'm not the one edging her. Good to see you, Ishnai. Or should I say, Sam? There's only one way to be sure. I need you to tell me something only you and I would know. When I used the cocoon to take on Toka's form, what creature did I hunt? You never told me. It is really you. Whew, that's a relief. Indeed, I never told you that my arrow struck a great wild boar, a prize for any hunter. Sam is the only one who ever saw it. Sorry for doubting you, but I could think of no better way to expose him if he attempted to impersonate you again. I have to remain vigilant after all, even though no news of his plots have reached me of late. From here to Doma people are on alert for a many-faced agitator within their midst, and not even stray cats are beyond scrutiny. While Sam can no longer act so brazenly, I'm afraid that means his trail's gone cold. We also have another problem. When you pushed me to the Ruby Sea, the remedy I carried was soaked in seawater. I'm afraid it's no longer effective. I mean, can we not get the materials? No doubt his plan from the start was to eliminate the one means we had of undoing the cocoon's mimicry. We're at a disadvantage too great to ignore. Which is why I intend to synthesize a new batch. I was just about to go procure the necessary ingredients from my supplier when you arrived. Why don't you join me? Has the supplies been tampered with? Stairs? Imposter syndrome. Oh, don't call me out. I'd never heard of such materials. Where are they found? Deep in the forest Tutorial, a land beyond the Great Sea, and far, far to the west of here. Toro, I'm afraid my supply chain does not extend quite that far. I can teleport there and back. I feared as much. It doesn't help that the materials can only be harvested when the season is right. Even were I to return home now, I doubt I can find what we need. We have no choice but to give up on the remedy. I'm sorry, now that we're at the mercy of Sam's cunning. Hello there. Tell me, do you have any salves that might ease my aching back? Sir, this isn't an apothecary. Where are your spectacles? Oh yes, how could I forget? Ah, much better. Ha, sometimes I forget I'm as blind as a bat without these. Forgive me, Shiro. Kashi. Excuse me, but do those bit of glasses covering your eyes help you see better? Well, yes. Are you unfamiliar with spectacles? I've seen folks wear them before, but I always thought they were decorative, like my choker. Tell me, where can I procure a pair of my own? Yamabuki is the man. He has a breadth of artisan contacts who'll ensure you'll receive a pair of fine-tuned to your specifications. You'll find a shop on the very street. Is my bunny girl gonna get glasses? I'll look for him, thank you. I'm sorry, you must be completely bewildered. I thought a failure of a hunter like me would never be able to aid you in battle, but I couldn't realize there's hope yet. It's not a crowded stall any longer. Care to join me over there? Nearsighted or farsighted? Ever since I was a child, I had trouble seeing things from afar. Ah, there, nearsighted. That's why my aim with the bow was so poor. I'm not fit to be a hunter. Never was. It's only natural that chores like washing sheets and preparing meals fail to me. But I always yearned to do more. To be more. Looked up to Itoka ever since I can remember. No matter how hard I tried, I simply couldn't give up on my dream. I had to be just like her. So I begged her to teach me everything she knew, from the basics of drawing a bow to precise aiming techniques that few hunters use. Yet despite all her efforts, my sight failed me when it counted most. All my life I thought it was simply how nature intended me to be. I was content to accept my lot. But now that I know spectacles may improve my eyesight, I feel hope. If only I could just try them, mayhaps my arrows will fire true. I could join you in battle, and even strike down Sam with his own arrow. We may have lost the remedy, but will give us an element of surprise. So I have to try on spectacles for myself. Alright, let's go meet Yamabuki. I wonder what procuring a pair of spectacles entails. An eye doctor? An optometrist? A pair of spectacles, is it? I can certainly get your order in the pipeline, but I'm afraid there'll be a wait. I'm fresh out of supplies, you see, and the next shipment isn't due for a number of weeks. Of course, if you're in a rush, you could roll up your sleeves and get the materials yourself. All you need is a glossy shell of an azure hawksbill and a cluster of azure quartz. Bring them here and my affiliates can begin work immediately. Who knows what schemes Sam might contrive should we let down our chase for weeks. Would you be willing to lend me a hand with procuring the materials? If we split up, we should be able to gather them with the blink of an eye. Quite the eager pair, I see. In that case, I dare say you'll be able to negotiate with the Blue Kojin for a caprice of splendid quality. Ah, I visited Tamamizu during my investigation of the Ruby Sea. I'll handle the shell, but I'm like bloodsworn with them. That leaves you with the ardent quartz. Try look for a cavern near the shoal rock in Ruby Sea. Sprinkle some glistening gravel to lure a shell washi within its lair and retrieve the shell cluster from its shell. Let's meet back here when we're finished. Where in the Ruby Sea do I go? Is this teleportation nearby? Oh, I forgot to finish the stuff at... Go to the off stream. Your attacks. I don't care about dodging them. How does that make you feel? How does that make you feel that you're useless and dead? I'm just... Ba ba ba. you're the first to return. I trust you had the quartz in hand? Excellent. This will make a fine pair of lenses. Now we only wait for your friend. I'm back. You good? Sorry, I didn't mean to alarm you like that. I've spoken with Kojin of the Blue as planned, but soon learned that the Hawksbill shells have been a sparse late. They were reluctant to part with a single one. I was able to wear them down, though, until they proposed an exchange. If I deal with the Red Kojin who invaded their fishing grounds, they'd spare me a shell. I knew my bow was useless, so I took a leaf out of Ishnai's books and fought them up close and personal. As you can see, I took quite the beating, but so did they. I may be a little worse for wear, but the trouble was worth it. I have the shell as promised, and with it, your associates can get started. Indeed they can. Let us first measure your eyesight, then they can get to work. Waiting. This is incredible. Everything's so vivid. Oh, you're so adorable. I can hit a bird over the horizon. Come, Ishnai, I want to fire some test shots at the sign over there. Hold on. That seems like a fine way to earn the ire of the Gumi. I'll prepare some targets for you, so let's move somewhere less crowded. Of course, thanks for going to the trouble. Ah! I'm over here judging. Kind of annoying that nobody told her about glasses. Love that the arrow's color is different once it hits the thing. Like, it literally changed from gold to red. I did it! I really did it! After all these years, my aim is true. We'll find Sam. He won't know what hit him. Unless he's watching right now. Then he'll know what exactly hit him. I don't know if I could properly describe this feeling to you. After so long, I didn't feel like someone pretending to be a hunter. Finally, I don't feel like a burden. As soon as I get even a whiff of Sam's trail, we'll stop him for good. When that moment arrives, please lend me your strength one last time. Together we'll retrieve the cocoon and return to my village. Your timing could not be more impeccable, Ishnai. A person claiming to be an acquaintance of yours stopped by just moments ago, wishing to have a word about Sam, no less. They're presently waiting in my room. Just give me a moment and I'll see them here. Is it Yuguri? 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 Serena. I love you, but, you look well, Ishnai. Forgive me for assuming pleasantries, but there's an urgent matter I wish to discuss. What did we eat the night before our trial at Barnum's Meadow? believe we posted on Golo Golo Meet. You and Hien competed to see who would bring back the Greater Hall. It would seem you two have grown wary of imposters. Then we can proceed straight to the heart of the matter. You appeared in Molil a few days ago claiming Hien had driven to madness, that it was assembling an army in Doma with plans to conquer the Azim Steppe. For a blessing, we already received word from a Doma nymphoid that an agitator was mimicking others, and saw the ruse for what it was. Unfortunately, when we attempted to capture them, the imposter transformed into a sheep. He's among us. He disappeared among the bands grazing on the plains. When I informed our friends in Doma of the incident, I was told you have been using Kagane as a base to track down the perpetrator, and I thought it best that I apprise you of this happening. Sam, he won't relent. His schemes won't end till we make them end. He may discover a clue as to his whereabouts in Reunion. If everyone in the steppe has seen him, that is surely where it would be. And I must alert the other tribes to this threat. May the wind speed your way. Still keeping my goddamn face. Off to Azim Steppe, then. With any luck, someone in Reunion will have insight to offer. Ba ba ba. Someone's stirring up trouble. A quarrel among the tribes is as common as the sun rising. Not a day goes by without it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have goods to sell. Kindly continue your inquiries elsewhere. Bitch, you know who I am? Conflict is forbidden in Reunion. This is known. As for my tribe, all is peace. I heard a rumor of interest, however. It seems Magnai of Orinor has been behaved strange of late. Perhaps this relates to the matter you're investigating. Oh, shame. The son. The little son. Little son is having problems. I bet the little son likes the fact that he was knocked out to be, conflict? Not besides Dora quarrels between tribes. Certainly no dispute the skill you speak of. But I've heard that Magnai has been sneaking out from Dawntrail. Where could he be going and doing what, I wonder? Does he have a lover? That'd be hilarious, actually. And knowing how the joke's probably gonna go is the lover is a Sam. So that seems to be the jokiness of this quest line. Were you able to learn anything of interest? I also heard rumors pertaining to Magnai. One purpose even stated they saw him headed towards a place called Bardum's Meadow not long ago. Mayhap is the form Sam has chosen to take on. Whatever the case may be, we may find the answer at Bardum's Meadow. We can't allow Sam depravities to go on any longer. Steel yourself when we face him next, so we'll bring an end to all this. That or that's where he's hiding Magnai, who's captured. Good, you're ready. Once the battle begins, there's no telling which form Sam will take. An eminent warrior, fearsome beast, or worse, me. He's also shown more scrupulous behavior in his preparations of late. Whatever his form, we'll do best to assume he has thoroughly studied its strengths and will use them to a full effect. Yet I am no feeble hunter I was before. Together with your martial might and my exacting eye, we will defeat him. At long last, Itoka will have her vengeance, and my village shall see the cocoon returned. Ha! I was right. My beautiful bright sun, I would bask in your warmth till my flesh returns to the earth. Has the feral dog gone rabid? You speak these honey words to lure me to your cot, only to slit my throat as I sleep. Hush, fool! I hear no, man. I thought we had our disagreements in the past, and have come to fully understand my actions were born of love. Yet, only now that I am forced to wed do I realize this. Despite my shame, I wish to confess my feelings before it's too late. Wed? The thrall beast like you? To whom? To what? Hien of Doma. By becoming kin, he seeks leverage to influence the thrall to claim dominion over the steppes. The Doman knows no shame. Very well. I will consider your proposal, far-fetched though it may be. Cannot overlook the possibility you are my oh, little son. But first we must gather our warriors. Doman's impudence cannot go unpunished. We will march for Doma come tomorrow's dawn. That's not your moan. You! What are you doing here? Is it not obvious? They are spies of Doma, come to quash any thought of resistance. You must kill them quickly. But she is the Khan. You two are quite the persistent pair. I had hoped to strike at your backs from the shadows, but now you forced my hand. I will select from my repertoire the greatest warriors I have witnessed, and use their strength to give you the death you so crave. Beginning with her. Aww. How dare you! When my arrow pierces your breast, Iktoko will finally know peace. Hi. How are you? Probably not going to be good for long. Really? Death do we part. Hey, hey, hey! Get back over here. Her form. Oh. Well, I've killed you before too, so, oops. That's where I got my, Kitsune from. Can you pick a form, you know, that actually would cause any problems, please? I'm just asking for, like, an actual fight. Boy. Ba. I mean, you lose quite well to me, actually. Okay, thanks. She's gonna fly in the air and she's gonna shoot him down. So cute with her glasses. Shoot him in the butt! Shoot him in the butt! Shoot him in the butt! You know, I could make a sexual joke with that. That round, you know. Hoorah! Iktoka, it's finally done. What am I doing here? I felt as though I was just woke from the strangest dream. Well, you see, this cowardly crow assaulted you from behind and knocked you unconscious. You have shown the sun disgrace this day. You will feel his scorn impressed upon your skin. You shall forget the warmth of his radiance. In the shadows you will scream. None will hear. Prepare yourself. Oh, shame. Death will have been too good a fate for him. He deserves to spend the rest of his days feeling the weight of his crimes. Now we've honored Iktoka's memory and reclaimed the cocoon. No words can express my gratitude, Ishnai. I finally go home, but my community awaits our foremost hunter's triumph return. What expression will come over their face when the village disgrace arrives instead? Don't know if I can bear to see. Our journey to reclaim the Dreamweave cocoon comes to an end at long last. That I could return home in high spirits. As you recall, you said Sheep was the one who requested your aid, yes? Let us journey back to Tulial and report to her all that has happened. You're back! Were you able to retrieve the Dreamweave cocoon? Toko isn't with you? Yuki! Your goodness. Thank goodness you're alive. May her soul rest in the cocoon's embrace. I can't believe Hiktoka is gone. Yes, our village greatest hunter's lost to us, while its greatest failure survives. Here, take the cocoon back where it belongs home. I have no right to return. Don't be ridiculous! You're a child of the forest. You are our dear sister. You can always come home. The entire village has been worried sick about you. We all saw how crestfallen you were, so when you suddenly disappeared, we feared you took your life. For 3 days and 3 nights we scoured the land and water to find you. Yet look at you now, Yuki. Not only have you hale and whole, but you have reclaimed the cocoon too. I'm sure that Hiktoka's spirit hunting in the forest above, is smiling down at you with pride. And she'd much rather take up her mantle and protect the village than wallow in guilt over her death. Nothing escapes your gaze now, after all. Isn't that right? Thank you, sheep. It's settled. You'll return home with me, and finally our village can breathe a sigh of relief. And it will be remiss of me not to thank you properly, Ishnai. For assisting Kiyuki in reclaiming the Dreamweave cocoon, you have my heartfelt gratitude. I was a little more than a liar and a hypocrite when we first met, but during our time together, I discovered I'm so much more than that. And with the right tools, I can even become a hunter worthy in following in Toka's footsteps. I'm truly grateful for you for helping me see that. Farewell for now, Ishnai. I hope that one day our paths may cross again. Our paths will cross as soon as I get all the role quests done. So that we do the final role quest together. Ba 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 ba. Alright, well that's the end for tonight. We only have one more to go. Or two more to go. Huh? The dancer one? Yes, yes it is. Two more to go. Anyways. Alright, y'all, we'll end this for tonight. Don't really have enough people to raid out, so... Alright, y'all, this was Ishnai Ciarfox. I hope you have a good day or night, whenever it is, wherever it is you currently are. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and comment.